Hello, everybody. It is May the 5th, 2022. This is our mid-afternoon, early evening report. Thanks for watching. News done differently, connecting the dots. It's yesterday was May 4th, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. May 5th, I think that should be Star Trek Day, because I think Captain Kirk was probably give him a fifth kind of guy. May the 5th. So my official Star Trek Day, May the 5th. Just a little bit of levity there because we got some really deep stuff as we always do. And let's get right into it. This happened last night in LA. And in preparation, what you're seeing here is downtown Los Angeles in preparation for the demonstrations against the removal of Roe v. Wade. And here's what happened.
Disperse, which means to break up this assembly. Not so, you may be arrested or subject to other police action. Under police action, this may include the use of less decontamination, which can cause significant risk of serious bodily injury to those who remain. Section 409 of the Penal Code prohibits remaining present at an unlawful assembly. If we remain in the area which we just described to you, regardless of your purpose in remaining, you will be in violation of section 409.
Okay, basically you're seeing hundreds of police officers, and of course they're all getting paid to be out there, and they've been out there for a while now.
The following routes of dispersal are available. You are to head northbound on Hill Street, 230. Northbound on Hill Street, 230.
We're about to see the threat, okay? Here's the threat. This is how local government works. Okay, they have an overwhelming police budget, and there will be no reports of how many people they were out there, protecting the city from. There was about 15. And this is also a reminder that you don't have to protest where the police are. Sometimes when the police show up, you move to another place and protest. Just something to think about. I've been asked to show any kind of Russian military I may get. I've got to mute it though, because my channel gets suppressed in certain countries that certain music copyrights are written in. So basically, this is the main thing people will want to see. I'm going to run this one more time. And going to pause it here for just a second. And here for just a second. And so that's one of the latest. That is a BUKM3. It was filmed by Russia and as a propaganda piece, and we happen to get a hold of it. We jump to what's going on now. This is inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The Palestinians are in prayer on their knees in the front of in the background of the picture as this pans. Israeli forces were trying to evacuate all of the Palestinians from the area. In a few short hours, it's going to be Friday morning, the holy day, and today, the 5th of May, is Israel's Independence Day. So a lot of things are going on over there. This was early in the afternoon, their time, as we can see from the sky. And then as night fell, there was what they're labeling a terrorist attack. 10 people hospitalized, 3 to 4 people dead, not sure yet. It was an axe attack. All the people were struck in the head with an axe. And then after that, we learned that there were, well, just a second. So we are going to be keeping our eye on what's going on. This was taken from inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. Israeli forces, and he's pointing a gun at the camera person. We're going to keep an eye on that throughout the evening. This is another look of what was going on outside. So, and then the last thing I got, police have been called to the Al-Aqsa Mosque. There's 2 explosive devices inside the mosque. This has been confirmed by Al Jazeera News as well. U.S. is not paying a whole lot of attention to what's going on over there. If you're a true Christian, if you're a true believer, you know the importance of the Temple Mount and the importance of reconstructing the third temple when it ties into the end of days. So that's one of the main reasons to keep just to keep an eye open as to what's going on over there. But at the same time, if this, in the past, the confrontations have been on the West Bank and in Gaza, and this is in Jerusalem. and the neighboring communities. So this is different. There's talk that Israel is going to, and they were going to do it today, but they didn't. So hopefully it was just talk, it's just rumors and it's all past. But there's still speculation that Israel is actually going to, once they finally remove every Palestinian from the mosque area, they're going to raise the Israeli flag, sing the Israeli national anthem, and declare it Israeli territory. The ramifications of such will literally reverberate around the world. You may not think at the moment that any of this really truly matters to you, especially with everything else we got going on, but it really truly could. And I'm going to keep watching it, so don't worry about it. Just like the magnetic fields, just the earth, everything else, all you got to do is pop on here and we'll give you a brief update of what's going on. A little bit of a positive here. Former President George Bush spoke with President Zelensky today, and he called him the Winston Churchill of our time. Those that watch the program know that I've been fortunate enough to meet every president, every living president, with the exception of 45. And I'm good with that. I don't want to meet him. It's not like I'm trying to set a Guinness Book of World Record or anything. But anyway, he was the one dude that I'd like to sit down and watch a football game with. Took a little bit more time. He took a little bit more time than he had to in talking with me, and I appreciated that. By far wasn't Jimmy Carter was my most favorite to actually spend time with, but that's for another day. This is a brief update. This is some appalling stuff again from inside our country. I'll just let you watch this. No. That was from the Grace Christian Academy and their baseball team in Knoxville, Tennessee. It appears it's some sort of initiation where they don Klan clothes. Grace Christian Academy, Knoxville, Tennessee. We got a long way to go, folks. Not in this episode, just as a society. And if that's not evident, it's soon going to be. The manhunt is still underway. I talked about what was going on, that there was a terrorist attack, an axe attack. 3, possibly 4 people dead from being struck in the head with an axe. At least 10 in the hospital, several of them critical. Here it is. This is the view from above when the attack was discovered. 10 seriously injured, 4 critical. Those 4 have probably passed away. Again, it was initially reported as a knife attack, but actually it was an axe attack. Vladimir Putin just did a dry run of nuclear-capable missile strikes near the European Union. What's that mean? earlier this week, members of the Baltic Fleet held war games to deliver mock missile strikes with the crews of Icelandic operational tactical missile systems in Kaliningrad. So the Navy and the missile defense system in Kaliningrad, they worked together to, the Navy was acquiring targets and they were doing dry runs, pretending to shoot missiles at European Union countries. More saber rattling, and all the missiles were operational tactical missiles, which could have potentially held nuclear charges. On Russian state-owned media, as we've been showing you, they've been saber rattling about, lobbing nuclear missiles at the UK, Germany, and France. This dry run basically showed that they could do that. Putin himself hinted at nuclear strikes, telling lawmakers last week Russia will unleash lightning fast retaliatory strikes if anyone dares to intervene in the ongoing events in Ukraine. We have all the tools for this, things no one else can boast of having now, and we will not boast. We will use them if necessary. And I want everyone to know that, he said. So it's a dark world. And it gets even crazier. This is from Chicago, Illinois, earlier today.
Crazy story. Look at this video. Come to your screen and watch. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Some frightening moments on a plane at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago. So,
okay, I'm not going to play any more of that because I don't want to get any kind of infringements. What happened was the plane had come in from California. It had landed and was going from the runway to the gate. And the guy opened the emergency exit door and walked out onto the wing and slid down off to the wing and took off. I don't know. Things just keep getting crazier and crazier, or at least it kind of feels that way to me. Just to give you an idea that indeed it can get crazier. We're going to be talking about this more in depth tonight. These are the leaked QAnon Q drops. Q, December 8, 2020. Got a YouTube video for them to watch. November 13, 2020. Durham, Q. Shall we play a game? Who stepped down today? Forced? Question mark. So again, just to, well, come on. There we go. So just to give you a little preview of what's to come, we're going to do an episode where we look at all of these and we kind of reverse engineer, if you will, the QAnon process. So thank you for watching. Actually, if you'll give me just a second, since it's almost 6 o'clock, that means it's almost 1 in the morning around the side of the world where a lot of activity is going on. I just wanted to check in real quick see what the latest is. The director of the Al-Aqsa Mosque is now denying Israeli claims of finding explosive charges. Deranged leftists are urging followers to disrupt church services across America this Sunday. That was one of the QAnon things they had in one of their videos, was, if you remember right, they were going to disrupt the churches. Mark Esper recounts Trump asking the Secretary of Defense if the government could fire missiles into Mexico and then pretend it wasn't the US who did it. Well, this is going to get interesting. Okay. This has already gone a little longer than I anticipated it would. So there we go. Did I? Okay. All right. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Again, thank you all for watching. It's a crazy world. It's a dark world. Do try to be a light if at all possible in this dark world. I love y'all. I will be back very soon. And very soon we're going to have the Q episode. I don't think it's going to be tonight. If I'm live later on tonight, I'll post that I'm going to be on. Depends on what happens. I'm monitoring a bunch of things. That's kind of why I put this recorded episode together, to get something out, let you know what's going on. Oh, one thing I have not mentioned, I want to mention, it is May 5th, and that there was talk that the QAnon, the SALT army, the pure white army, if it ain't white, it ain't right army, was going to rise up today. The latest chatter is that it's been delayed because Trump is going to speak tomorrow at noon in Pennsylvania, and he's going to be speaking somewhere outside of Pittsburgh. And the word is that the Trumps, and these, it's the crazy, but we got to put it out there. All right. Just in case it does happen, that people will know to be on the guard for it. Word is that Trump's going to speak by Pittsburgh, somewhere outside of Pittsburgh. And Dr. Oz is going to be with him. And that's all a distraction. All the focus is going to be on Trump while everything's really happening in Philadelphia and DC. And it all kicks off tomorrow at noon. Of course, we've been, I just showed you the Q stuff a few minutes ago, and we've been tracking this stuff for a long time. Sadly, a few of the things have happened, and we never know when one of them is going to. And I can point to two very damaging things, and that's the one in Atlanta, just outside Atlanta, Georgia, just outside of Stone Mountain, when there was they said that Grandmaster Jay was going to be coming back, and they all showed up, and there were counter protesters there, and that got ugly. And then, of course, January 6th, another prime example. So we have to report what they're saying, just in case they follow through with it. And as always, we hope they don't. But that's our update for now. We'll be back, and hit the notification bell if you're a subscriber. If not, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. I love you all. There's going to be one of these times where we end one of these, and there's no internet, there's no power, there's no something, because too many forces are at work. And no matter what happens, be a light. Always, always, always. You can't choose a lot of things, but you can choose between light and dark. And I mean that spiritually. All right. I love you all.